Queers. On today's Big Gay Agenda, today we are talking with Kyle Richardson. He is a singer-songwriter based in Vancouver. Thanks for joining me today, Kyle.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, how did you get started singing and writing songs?
Well, I started singing like pretty young when I was in elementary school. Just a music teacher noticed that I had a decent sense of pitch and stuff and started making me sing at all of the high school or the elementary school assemblies and like Christmas functions and stuff. Then in high school, I started singing more in musical theater and taking some voice lessons. And I joined a cover band with a bunch of friends of mine, and we did like the coffee house scene and some private parties and that kind of thing. And then I eventually started wanting to write my own music. So I started trying that. And then I reached out to some people in Vancouver. I lived in the Okanagan at the time. So I started coming down here and writing and recording with some producers and songwriters.
Awesome. So, you
Yeah,
said you
yeah.
did musical theater. Any shows?
Yeah. Yeah, so I was the baker in Into the Woods in my high school production, and I had a small part in Singing in the Rain where I sang the song Beautiful Girl. And yeah, there's a couple other smaller productions too, but those are the bigger ones.
Nice. I always love when
Yeah.
people say Into the Woods. I had to play the cow.
Yes. Oh, nice. Amazing. Yeah, I love that show. So
It's
good.
pretty fun.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
influences your music?
Well, I'm a pop artist, so I love like pop singers from all sorts of like genres and like styles, but I like a lot of like singer-songwriters and like belting pop vocalists and like a bit of a rock influence. So some of my influences are Adam Lambert, just his crazy vocals. And I like One Republic, Sam Smith, like John Legend, kind of soulful vocalists who write good songs. Yeah.
I believe I saw somewhere that you would love to collab with Kelly Clarkson one day.
Yeah, she's like one of my all-time favorite vocalists.
I love her. That's why I bring it up.
Yes,
She's
yes.
amazing.
She's amazing, amazing. Her new album is great. Chemistry. Yeah.
Yes. So your most recent single is called Anything. Can you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about what it is about and the process to write it?
Yeah, yeah. Anything I wrote many years ago before I moved to Vancouver. One of the first songs I wrote in full on my own, and it was kind of like a reminder to myself to let the people I love know how much they mean to me, and just by like taking smaller moments day to day to just show that I care and just to verbally say how much these people mean to me and how I want to be there for them like they've been there for me. So that's kind of the sentiment behind the song.
That's great. Um,
Yeah.
so you have a couple more songs out, but you also
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
a album coming out soon, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The
What has
album's
that
called
whole process been like?
the process has been amazing. So I started recording it like prior to the pandemic, and I really wanted to just take my time and do songs that showed off like my vocal range and messages that were positive and uplifting. So I kind of took it slow, just song by song, and we wrote, like me and my collaborators wrote, we aimed for a song a month, and we just wrote that, recorded it, got it as good as it could be, and like moved on to the next one. But yeah, all of the songs are really positive, uplifting, kind of like hope fueled songs about just getting through the hard times or being there for people you love or just celebrating love and friendship.
I love that. So
Yeah,
like you said, you seem to make positivity a priority in your work.
yeah,
Why is
yeah.
that so important to you?
I just think over the last few years, especially, there's been so much division that I just wanted to make songs that had a message of like unity and positivity just to, I don't know, help strengthen the bond people have with each other rather than cause any sort of conflict or, any negative aspects. So positivity is always key to me.
What do you
I'm a
want
very
people to
hopeful
take a
person.
Oh, I mean, you
Yeah.
need to be. Like that's
Yeah.
great to be.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
better to be positive and hopeful than be like, "Oh, nothing's ever going to work," because then you're not going to get
Yeah.
anywhere, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
Also, people want to
definitely.
be around positive people more.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
What do you want people to take away from listening to your music?
I just want them to feel inspired. I want them, if they're having a bad day, to be able to listen to the music and put a smile on their face. Or if they're having a great time, I just want to amplify the mood. Um, yeah, I just want it to be encouraging, is kind of like the most key aspect, I feel like. Yeah.
So you've done a couple. So you've done quite a bit throughout the years.
Yeah.
What has been your
Yeah.
favorite project or song to work on?
Um, I think honestly, it's involved with this album, but I think there's a song called Keep the Faith, which I wrote again many years ago, which is probably the most positive song on the album. It's about getting through like harder times, and I wrote it a long time ago, but during the last few years, I thought it was a really great song to go back to because it's all about holding on through the hard times and like, keeping the faith and pushing through like together. And I just thought that was such a good sentiment to have behind a song on the album. And it's like the closing track on the album. It's a really high impact song. This giant key change at the end, so it's really fun to sing. Um, and yeah, I think that's my favorite song just because the space I was in when I wrote it. Um, I was actually convinced to write it by my mentor figure who had a dream that she woke up from and called me and said, I just had a dream that you wrote a song called Keep the Faith and it was like your most important song ever. So I immediately started writing the song and it was just like history from there. I was so excited about the song and she loves it and it's probably one of my favorites on the album.
So basically, you got a title and then you wrote it from there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not how I usually work either, but it was just, I don't know, when she said the words, keep the faith, I just was inspired and I got straight to writing it and it turned out better than I could have hoped.
What is your process for writing songs usually?
It changes like song to song. Like with anything, I sat down with my acoustic guitar. I'm not a great guitar player, but I wrote that song like super quick, probably within like half an hour, and it was done. And it's been pretty much the same structure ever since. With Keep the Faith, yeah, I was given a song title and challenged to write a song, and I did it that way. But usually for the stuff on the album, I've gotten together with another songwriter or two and either I'll go in with like a little snippet of a lyrical idea or a melody, or we'll go in and just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives and what we want to write about and just build a track up and a song from there. But it's usually based around guitar and vocal or piano and vocal, and then we build it up kind of from that base.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
I do not know anything about songwriting, so it's always fascinating to me how people can figure something out and it not have be like a complete copy of a song you just had in your head that you just heard somewhere. So
Well,
props
that
to everybody
happens
who can write
too.
songs.
But yeah, that happens too. And then you have to be like, wait, where have I heard this song before? And then kind of, wait, no, that's a little too close to something I've heard, like that we know. But yeah,
Yes.
it's a fun
Um
process though.
I mean as long as you're having fun.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
What would a dream project or collaboration be? I know we already talked about Kelly Clarkson, but if you could like do anything in the world.
Anything. I think it'd be fun to make a soundtrack or even just a song for like a big animated movie because I'm a huge fan of animation and like Pixar, Disney, DreamWorks, like all the big animation studios. I'm always there for those movies, and I think it'd be so fun to have a song on those, like the Pharrell Happy or something like that. I think that'd be an amazing thing to be a part of.
That yeah, that would be cool. And you just have like a bunch of little kids just like singing around,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, it's music for everybody.
yeah, yeah,
Um, so this kind of goes with that. Being a songwriter, is there a film
yeah,
or TV show that you love the score for?
yeah. There's so many. Growing up, I think one of my absolute favorite movies was always the two Sister Act movies with Whoopi Goldberg. And I just love, I don't know, the music is so fun and upbeat and inspiring and like soulful, and it's just such a good time. But those are like my comfort food movies I go back to all the time.
Definitely seems right up your alley.
Yeah, yeah, they're great.
Is there any other media you're currently obsessed with?
Yeah, yeah. I've been binging The After Party on Apple TV, which is like a murder mystery comedy show, which is really cool. There's like a different genre every episode. So like one episode will be a musical, one episode will be animation, one episode will be like a 50s thriller. Like they're all just completely different. And I love a
Very
good like
interesting.
true crime kind of thing or like murder mystery vibe. It's always fun to me. And similarly, I've been watching Only Murders in the Building with Selena Gomez and yeah, Steve Martin. It's amazing.
That
Um,
show is so great.
yeah, yeah, I've been watching those every episode as they drop. But yeah, those are two of my favorites right now.
Cool.
Yeah,
So now that you're based in Vancouver,
yeah, yeah.
what is your favorite place to visit there?
My
If you get
favorite
out much.
place. I get out. But something I do like weekly as I go to the local theater right next to like pretty close to where I live. I go out to see the new release movies pretty much every week. So that's like one of my favorite things to do when I'm out and about.
What's the last movie you saw?
The last movie, well, I know the next movie I'm gonna see is The Nun 2, the horror movie,
Oh,
which I'm pretty excited for.
yeah, not doing that.
Yeah.
No.
And the last, no, no, not a horror fan.
Nope.
The most recent movie I saw was the R-rated comedy Strays, which is like Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx with the
Yeah,
talking animals, but that was great.
I
That
just
was a
saw
good
that as
time.
well.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I love dogs. So if you put dogs on the
Yeah,
screen, I'm
yeah, yeah,
gonna love
exactly.
it.
I know. I miss having pets so much, so yeah, that was a good time.
If it's playing near you at all, I recommend watching Bottoms.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. I've been meaning to go check it out. It's
It's
a good
so
time.
good. It
I've
is
heard it's like
amazing.
absurd and amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's on my list for sure. And I heard the soundtrack is really good on it.
Oh yeah. It's just everything about it. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice. Yeah. I love
yeah.
a good like high school comedy drama. Yeah.
But also just like getting more representation out there and
Yeah, yeah.
something more lacking.
Yeah,
How
for sure.
has have you seen like representation in like the music industry been?
I think it's getting stronger like year by year, especially yeah, like like albums I've been listening to by like queer artists, like Kim Petras' new album, amazing. Sam Smith, amazing always. I didn't go to see his concert that was just here, but everyone that I know that went said it was amazing. Um, and yeah, Adam Lambert, artists like that have been just like really paving the way for more queer artists to come forward and just like be themselves and be who they are. So I think yeah, it's getting stronger year by year, but there's always room for growth and for us to be bigger and louder and yeah, make our statement.
That's great. I rooting for you and
Thank
everything you're
you.
doing.
Thanks. Yeah,
Um,
it's been fun.
so that's all the questions I had. Is there anything else you
Yeah.
would like to talk about? Any final words for the listeners at home?
Well, what I want to talk about, I have a new single coming out on September 15th called Fight the Good Fight with the music video and everything. So that is going to be another big, like, empowering song about fighting the good fight and just like banding together and conquering our fears and stuff. So I'm really excited for that. It's a really upbeat, like high energy kind of song, probably the most like impactful song I've put out yet, which I'm very excited for. And then the album's going to be out October 13th, Louder Than Words. So I'm really hyped to put that out. It's my first ever full album. I've done singles before, but this is the first time I'm putting out a full body of work. So I'm really excited for that.
That's so cool. I'm very excited
Yeah.
to listen to all of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kyle, it has been a delight getting to know you better, and thank you so much for talking to me today.
Yeah, thank
To
you so much.
to everyone at home listening, make sure to check out Kyle's music on Spotify and the music video and his album coming out. He's doing so much,
Yeah.
so go check out all the things. Until next time, hydrate for lesbian Jesus and gay it up all over the place. Bye.
All right. See ya.
And with that, we've been Big Gay Energy. If you like this episode, check out all our other episodes right here on YouTube. Please like, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more amazing, super gay content.
If you'd like to support us, check out our merch store, or join our Patreon for early access to episodes, exclusive content, and so much more.